Hi, I'm Non-Glitter Matt, Pete Peterson, superfan, and welcome to Jackass.
Eaglehub!
Right, like I said, welcome to Eaglehub. Eaglehub is for entertainment purposes only. The Eagles are just degenerates that love beer and hero clicks and engage in a lot of hyperbole. The drunken sentiments expressed on this show are not indicative of the Pacific Northwest as a whole, and if you get offended by something they've said, just remember, they've said something far worse about Daniel Schroeder. I am very happy to approve this message. Get wrecked, nerds!
Time to crank your hog off. It's Eaglehub.
Yeah, baby.
I'm, as always, your host, King Brian, OG and Eternal Clicks dad, and I'm joined by my co-host.
Yo, what's the GD Eagle? What's up, nerds?
The GD Eagle in the house. It's no longer Little Eagle Corey.
Yes.
Well, it's been a couple weeks since we recorded. No messages from Hot Dog Man for us on this broadcast, which means we're gonna have to go back to the old classics.
I'm down.
Travis.
So yeah, lots to get into. We've got changes from the 2026 watch list Q2. We've got some erratas. We've got some rules questions. We've got updates to tournaments.
We've got some bans.
STDs to share with you. We got some cues, maybe a frittata or two. Should be a good time. But first, beer of the episode.
I was wondering what you got.
Today I have a Russian River Brewing Company STS Pilsner.
Oh, Pilsner.
Fairly new. It's nice. A nice, delicious Pilsner. I don't feel like I need to give taste notes on a Pilsner.
I was going to say, what else could you say?
It tastes of Pilsner.
Got those pills?
Any beverages for you today, Corey?
No, just some water.
It's
a little hot, man. It's hot out here.
It is. It's a warm day today.
Feels like a data center outside.
Yeah. Let's see. I guess some other housekeeping we should get into. At the beginning of a podcast is definitely the best time to do housekeeping, so we'll do it. Coming into the summer, we will probably be recording a little bit less frequently over the summer, dear listeners. It's not you, it's us. Just wanna have a little bit more free time to get out and about while the weather is nice here. If anything comes up that we need to record, we will. But definitely not going to be trying to record on a weekly basis for the summer. So we'll cover things as they come out. But if there's nothing that we feel is pressing, it's the summer. No reason to record. So there you have it. But we'll be here for a good time. So stay tuned. Smash that like button. Hit subscribes on whatever you're listening to us or watching us on.
Yeah.
And get in the speakeasy.
Yeah, get up in there. Get active.
You can access it at www.facebook.com/groups/equals-to-HeroClicks. It's where all of the interesting, not all, many of the interesting things that we do are shared outside of the secret Illuminati Discord, but you need an induction to get into that. So all right, what should we start with? We want to start with the watch list.
Oh yeah, let's go through that.
All right, let's do it. So I'm not going to read the whole watch list today, as fun as that sounds, but we'll highlight. First one, some big updates to some stock clicks, a number of them. So this hit Spirit of Vengeance, Red Hulk, Spider-Man, Loki, Sorcerer Supreme, and a similar errata to Venom Prime from the new Venom set. And that is for the stock clicks on Spirit of Vengeance, Red Hulk, Spider-Man, Gauntlet Spider-Man, and Loki, Sorcerer Supreme. They've now added on their stock clicks when this click is revealed by damage from an opposing effect. So it appears that WizKids realized, hey, letting people just self-damage onto these really powerful stock clicks isn't really a great thing. So we've got changes. I think that this probably means the end of Spirit of Vengeance Red Hulk.
Oh yeah, this totally neuters him.
Yeah. The only way you can play him now is as kind of a traditional attacker, and his top dial isn't great for that.
But
It
then
also
again,
probably
you're probably
means
only
the-
getting like a couple of pilots out since he doesn't trigger
Mhm.
it himself if he kill one.
Yeah. It also probably means the end of Spider-Man
Yay.
in competitive. I think there's still a space for Loki, but you have to shift how you play Loki. I had already been tinkering with playing Loki more like as an attacker that your opponent doesn't really want to hit. I think there is still space for him because he is a good piece by himself. More so, I think, than Gauntlet Spider-Man or Spirit of Vengeance Red Hulk. So I think there's still something to be seen with Loki. Venom drops into just interesting syndicate play. No more cheesing Venom. Other erratas that came up, we've got two specifically that hit Corey. Tri-Sentinel, the Legacy Tri-Sentinel has been updated. It's enchanted grapple cables is now once per turn for all characters with this power, so you can't spam the free action pings.
Yeah. Can't flex all your legacy cards in the burn.
Yeah. And then the other one is the copycat bystander has been changed from copycat can use standard powers other characters within range can use to copycat can use standard powers adjacent characters can use.
That was unnecessary. I don't know why they did that. That's stupid.
Having seen like two copycats 4 squares away from each other in play, I understand it. And then the other big one, we've got 2 new one-shots that are banned. And to these I say good riddance.
Yep.
Halt Mutant and Crimson Bands of Sidorak. I don't know about you, Corey, but I'm a big fan of both of these being gone.
Yeah, especially top level play. People were just spamming them, abusing them. I know when
Yeah.
they came out, when we were a little bit more active in like casual competitive shit,
Mhm.
everybody had that. Everybody ran those things, so
Yeah.
it's understandable. I feel like they just need to rein in how they actually want them to work, which is by having playtest stuff.
Yeah. I do love the explanation on this one. Early in the design of one-shots, the team concepted that as a way to answer a common fan request of getting more turns into each game of HeroClix, special attention was paid to tuning up defensive one-shots, so players could enact temporary defenses to protect their teams as they got into the fight. However, some of those effects overshot the mark and made it frustrating to engage. These 2 one-shots are especially notorious for that, so we are removing them from the metagame. It's funny to me that apparently the designers at WizKids couldn't put together that the defensive one-shot would be used offensively.
Offensively.
Yeah. Namely Halt Mutant. And it wouldn't have been hard to rewrite Halt Mutant to work as I think they intended.
Yep.
which was to stop alpha strikes.
Exactly.
Make the character who activates Halt Mutant immobile.
Yeah. To
Anyways, good riddance. I will not miss playing aggro lockdown Halt Mutant teams.
yeah. Add it to the fuck was the first one that got banned? Rival or whatever.
Oh, my favorite one, Rivalry.
Yeah, rivalry. Yeah.
R.I.P. Rivalry.
Pour one out.
Justice for Rivalry. Bring it back.
Mm,
All right. That is our watch list results.
gotcha.
All in all, I think it's a positive movement. I know some people will be disappointed in the nerfing to Gauntlet Spidey and Red Hulk, but I think that overall these are both good for just the health of the game. It pushes more towards if you're going to play stop like pieces with powerful stop clicks, you've got to actually engage your opponent. And I am for more engagement. I think across the board, all of these kind of push more towards you need to engage and, smash and bash, baby.
That's the era. That's what we're
Mm.
in.
All right. Should we go over the rules questions next?
Yeah, let's go to that with the map menu.
Oh, we'll get to map menu. Don't worry. So there were 4 new posts to the rules questions section. First one having to do with terrain markers. Question was, let's see, 2 questions? Yeah, 2 questions. First one, other non-object terrain markers exist below it, but don't affect the terrain of that square or have any other special effect, except for an effect that would remove them from the map. Super strength. When multiple terrain markers occupy the same square, can you pick up terrain markers below the top marker? And the answer to that is yes. The terrain markers still exist in that square and may be picked up, assuming all other normal pickup rules are being followed. For example, smoke and water markers are normally unable to be picked up unless an effect specifies otherwise. And then the other, there's a 2x1 elevated terrain marker occupying squares A1 and A2. My opponent has a figure occupying square A1 of that elevated terrain marker. I used telekinesis and placed the marker so it now occupies squares A1 and B1. The opposing figure is still on the marker in square A1. Does it take damage from falling? The answer is no. It still occupies elevated. So I know there's been a lot of confusion on marker stacks due to the venom water, the symbiote surface, better known as the venom water. So yeah, in terms of effects on a square, only the topmost one has an effect, but it still exists there. So if you say cover another marker, you could still go pick up that marker. Moving on, we have a question about Poison Ivy. When Poison Ivy uses her Growing Over Gotham trait, there's a friendly plant marker underneath another terrain marker. Can she generate the new plant marker within 4 squares of that marker? The answer is yes. The plant marker still exists in that square, even though it's not on top.
That's good.
Yeah. So it still exists, which is, we have a group chat with another podcast where this was asked, and this is how I answered it. And then a certain little guy who needs to spend more time in the weight room was trying to argue with me about it. Next, we have a question about Lernay and Hydra. So if we look at the X-Men 97 Wolverine, When Wolverine hit characters can't heal until your next turn. If Wolverine hits my Hydra on my turn, can I use the Hydra's regrowing head trait to attach heads even though it can't heal? And the answer is no. The Hydra can't heal due to an effect. There would be no healing able to be reduced to allow it to attach heads.
So it's all based on that wording. Can't heal.
Yeah. So can't heal would kick in before you calculate healing, whereas compared to the Bloodstone reduces healing. So you, because of the way that the wording works, you can reduce heads before the Bloodstone applies.
Yep.
This is another one that I was involved in some interactions over. Some questions around beginning end of turn triggers. So the question here shows some effects. Says, at the beginning of my turn, I use Cyclops trait to move Nightcrawler 1 square. Can Nightcrawler generate a BAMF marker with this trait, even though it doesn't say it can happen during the beginning of the turn phase? So what was happening here was there was some judges that were interpreting at the beginning the comprehensive part that says only things that specifically say they happen during the beginning of a turn can happen during this phase. They were interpreting that to say that any other triggered effects that happen during the beginning of turn wouldn't happen. And I had dealt with this in some private chats and said, like, no, that can't be the ruling because there's a whole lot of things that don't make sense if you rule it that way. And the WizKids rules team has agreed with me. Yes, if an effect is triggered during the beginning or end of turn phase would allow another effect to trigger, then that effect can also trigger and resolve normally. And then once again, a promise for an updated future comprehensive rules document to clarify this interaction.
Someday.
We could have rewritten the entire comp in just the amount of promises that they've made.
Exactly. Added pictures.
All right, so those were our rules questions. Nothing groundbreaking there. But good to get some answers on those questions. All right, so the other thing that came up was WizKids made some updates to tournament rules. The more controversial one is map menus are returning. If you don't recall, map menus is an old thing that WizKids had done at some point where they would give a subset list of maps that were legal for a tournament that wouldn't be the entire modern legal set. And they've announced for Nats, US Nats this year, that there will be a map menu with a subset of maps. Notably absent is all neoprene maps. And most importantly, the Tangle. Which scares me because I love me some Tangle. But it's an interesting approach. It seems like there's been some struggles around maps for the last couple years because, you know, it was Worlds last year where they enacted the orange terrain. Like orange special terrain doesn't have any effect during tournaments.
Yeah, because of Rival Respawn and a couple of others.
Yeah. So more controversial to me is that they're using the same map menu for Silver Age as they're using for Modern Age. Because I think if you're going to support the full breadth of play in Silver Age, you have to support some longer maps. Because you can build silver teams that need longer maps but are still engaging. And it's a little bit of a bummer. I actually sent their feedback email an update saying, hey, I like moving to maps menus, but I think it's a bad move to have the same map menu for Modern as for Silver.
Yep.
And then the other one, of which there was much discussing online, is Swiss tournament standings change. This is a big one, especially for our boy Corey, who so many times because of his inability to score victory points, has found himself right on the outside looking in on the top cut.
Yeah, baby.
And that change is tiebreaker for standings is no longer victory points. It is now strength of schedule. I think this will be an interesting change. It's basically how every other game that runs Swiss tournaments runs it instead of victory points. I would have liked to have seen victory points be a secondary tiebreak after strength of schedule. I understand why they didn't, but it does mean that the first 2 rounds are really random. And even going into the 3rd round, it's still going to be a little on the random side. It also means, in terms of standings, you've really got to win one of your first 2 rounds, or else your opponent's average win record is probably going to be too low for you, unless, your only loss on the day is one of those first 2 rounds.
Mm-hmm.
So the Frittata Freeway definitely changes. Like, riding the Frittata Freeway is a much more dangerous game now.
Yep.
Yeah, if you do lose in the first round, you better hope that it's to somebody who's going to dominate so that they can keep your strength of schedule up. Like the winter tournament where that kid had just like the most ridiculous series of rolls against me and I missed all of my attacks. I probably would have ended up not making cut in that tournament because I was his only win on the day. And I went 0-2 to start out, which is a little bit luck of the draw because somehow I faced Dustin's stupid Pulse Wave team in round 2. But I've run some numbers. I think the strength of schedule, all in all, is going to be a good thing. I know there's been some hand wringing about, this just encourages slow play. The one thing that I will respond to that is that, as always, the danger with slow play is this is a game with dice. All it takes is one thing going the wrong way against you, and your 10-point margin becomes, now you're down and time has run out. Maybe I'll be shown to be wrong, but I don't think that slow play is any more encouraged by this format than it was. I do actually think, if anything, this change hurts a player like myself who tends to play more aggressive and counts on scoring victory points as their like means of keeping themselves at the top of the tournament. I am excited that this means less likelihood of me playing Miles in the 2nd round of any given tournament. But other than that, yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I don't know. What do you think about strength of schedule, Corey?
It's gonna be very interesting to see exactly how you said, like, people might go in wanting to go for the slow play
Mm-hmm.
tactics. Some people might not even understand or care that it's the changed and just keep playing how they've been playing. So
Yeah.
I
Uh,
don't know. We'll see.
I do think that this is strongly a response to collusion. It's a end around on the dealing with collusion stuff, like our unhinged Magic player arguing with us on YouTube back during Collusion Gate. Yeah, now because victory points aren't a thing, you're right. It is like other Swiss tournaments where the points given up don't matter. So, that will be a big change. One thing that I think will become more common is I think we'll see more people concede since victory points don't matter.
Like if they lose the first
Yeah,
two.
if you're down 200 100 with like 20 minutes to go,
Yeah.
and you don't think you can come back, I think you'll see more people concede because victory points don't matter. But that's a trade-off for a strength of schedule system. I will say, thinking about my long-standing thing, which is my expectation of teammates is you drag them out. I'm still going to stand by that because you help yourselves both by wearing down the opposition by continuing to make them play the full game.
Well, yeah, that, and then like I agree with that. And it's like you traveled however far to play in this tournament, and then for you to just throw the towel in is very,
Mhm.
I don't know. I think it's a slap in the face.
Yeah. Have a little respect for yourself.
Some etiquette. Come on now.
I'm down.
That's a skill
All
test.
right. Let's see. Let me take a little stroll down the frittata farm. Gosh, there's not a lot of posts in the frittata farm.
There is or isn't?
There is.
Yeah, somebody's been going ham in there.
Let's see. I'm trying to remember where we left off. All right, I think we start with this one. Let me just share this image real fast. This one is worth the visual setup. Can you stack these guys?
Yes, you can.
It's difficult though. Those little tendrils makes it hard to put them one on top of each other.
You got to be really good at balancing
Yeah.
stuff. What were those the rock carrots? You have to be good at that.
Yes, their effect can stack. You could have multiple of them KO'd to gain multiple extra targets.
Get all those bolts.
Yeah, bolts for days.
Jeez, 15 points of bolts.
I don't know that it's a good tactic, but it is a tactic.
Yeah, probably for like Kandari Yao or something. There you go.
Yeah,
Just load her up. 8 bolts.
or just pulse wave with her.
No.
All right, this one I feel like especially for you, Corey. Let me find the voice. If I swap in Legacy Anti-Venom for Butterfly, is there a way to legally attack characters through the generated bystander and make it so the target can't use any powers?
As long as you're targeting only one character, it's an attack, dude.
One of the replies on this question that just got me. I don't think there is a way to get anti-venom to attack to the butterfly. There isn't really any equipment that works this way. That said, you could have him pilot Catwolf and remain mostly safe. Smiley face.
The blind leading the blind there.
Yes, Legacy Anti-Venom can use the mind control granted from the butterfly to target through the butterfly bystanders. And then, since he's targeting someone, that does turn off their powers.
Yeah, just have to look out for shape change.
Mm-hmm. And then you go, dude, where's my powers?
Dude.
Should we get into STDs?
Oh yeah. We got one that's official.
We've got 2, actually. I was reviewing the calendar, and I realized there's another Pacific Northwest tournament that we'd forgotten about, Corey.
Oh, okay, yeah, for sure.
Let me share my STDs with you, listener.
Yeah. Get close to the headphones
Yeah.
or the screen. Put your head right here.
All right, our first one. We're gonna go by chronological order. July 26th, Sunday, at Mythic Finds in Dallas, Oregon. We have the Clicksters of Tomorrow Kaleido Clicks win a brick. This is a modern 300 point tournament. At Mythic Finds, prepayment if possible. A special rule for this: if you're playing a Kryptonian theme team or have a character with the name Supergirl, you gain an extra 1 reroll of any roll per game.
Oh shit.
It's gonna come down to how many players for prizing, but first place is winner's choice of a HeroClix brick. It'd be nice to get some Oregon players that are somewhat close out to it. I had completely forgotten about it, which is why I realized, hey, we should get that on the calendar as well. And it'll be a nice warm up for another tournament coming up in August, the 2026 Man Bat Cup. Woo! It's going to be at Wichita Toys, Books, and Games in Linwood, Washington. Saturday, August 29th. Registration starts at 11. Start time at 12. The Man Bat Cup is a annual tradition. Very excited for it. Main event, $25. Modern Age, 300. One special rule, which is no Beetlejuice. I'm excited for it. I think it should be a fun event. I think this will probably be our best attended event of the summer. Hoping that we'll get a good contingent of Oregon players out for this one.
Yeah, no Beetlejuice. Come on.
Yeah, it's your time. And as I said, Man Bat Cup is always a good time. This is the 5th annual. I've played in 3 of the 5. I think I played in the first.
I think I got 1,
and now
2.
the 5th.
I
So
only played 2.
Yeah. Looking forward to it. Definitely want to make it out. These are our big summer clicks opportunities if you're in the Northwest. I've heard through the grapevine that there's at least one non-Midwest player or one non-Pacific Northwest player coming out for this one. So if you're listening to this and you're not from the Pacific Northwest, we would love to see you out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come and play with us. I know we'll be there. I believe Miles is planning on being there from the Degenerate podcast, of which I am producer, and Lou B. Minotti is executive producer. So, it is a Trace Glizzy's production, as is the Eaglehub now. Lou has stepped in and made himself executive producer of our show as well.
Yes, we're under the umbrella.
Yeah. The Trace Glizzy's umbrella. It's a leaky umbrella.
Oh, stakes too.
But yeah, as this gets closer, I'm sure we will talk a little bit about just modern teams, what we expect to see. I think after Nats will be a good opportunity, which I think Nats is before this.
Orchids, right?
But I could be wrong on that. Either way, in the lead up to Man Bat Cup, we'll have at least one kind of going over what to expect in modern right now. I know in July we've got the new Batman set coming out, so we'll probably do some reviews around that as it gets closer. But those are our STDs, and I'm glad to share them with you.
Good shit.
Let's see. Do I have one more frittata for you, Corey?
You save it and get some listener questions.
Yeah, I'm just seeing what else I've got in here. That's a screenshot from Leo. This one we'll do at the end because I like it. Let's do one more frittata and then we can get into
Go for it.
Ask Eagles anything. Hello. I'm not fully sure about this, but beside poison, what other type of damage effect exists that triggers this guy's effect? Thank you in advance. This guy's effect is the Sinister 12. When a standard friendly character with the Sinister Syndicate keyword is KO'd by damage from an opposing effect. So beside poison, what other damage effects exist?
Just getting attacked.
Yeah. What's funny is that I responded to that one and I was like, anything that you do that your opponent does is an opposing effect. And they're like, I was like, so like just making an attack. And they're like, oh, like Psychic Blast? Yes, Psychic Blast would be included in that.
What about Quake?
Yeah. Yeah, also true. Did you make an attack and damage? That's an opposing effect.
Oh my gosh.
So there was another one. Let me rant for a second on rules. I've seen the Venom Axe has created a lot of confusion for people that have never actually understood how the attack sequence works in this game. Because there's the deal damage section of the attack sequence where you determine did you use bolts to multi-target, then split damage, otherwise apply your damage to hit characters. Which the Venom Axe, right, creates a scenario where you can hit two people and deal your full damage to them. Since people don't understand that part of the attack sequence, they apply all kinds of crazy logic to the Venom Axe, like Colossus Mind Control, which says, after resolutions deal a hit target, Colossus printed damage. And they'll be like, well, but if I hit with the Venom Axe, then both of them get that damage afterwards, right? Because it's like I targeted one, but I hit two. It's like, nope, you're still choosing a hit target.
Yeah.
There's nothing in the attack sequence that changes this. And when you understand that the Venom Axe only edits one piece of the attack sequence, the whole thing makes a lot more sense.
Mm-hmm.
All of that is my ask to you. You listener, dear listener. Read the comprehensive. It'll help you, I promise.
Or just read the powers. Shit.
Yeah. Read the powers also helps. But it's good to take a little glance through the comprehensive every once in a while.
Yeah. Maybe know the attack sequence.
All right.
Good shit.
I got one more for you at the end.
All right. Sounds good. Well, you got questions? We got answers. It's Ask Eagles Anything. All right. Let's see. We got a couple. I think I only asked on our Facebook page. So first up, ex Reddit mod Zach Strong. He asks a plethora of questions. What figure do you expect to be on the most teams at Man Bat Cup? What figure do you expect to be on the winning team at Man Bat Cup? What figure do you least want to sit across from at Man Bat Cup? How many Knolls could a mythical eagle stuff, and a mythical eagle could stuff Knolls?
Let's start with the last one. At least one. Speaking of which, there is a mythical eagle thing that we said we were going to talk about that we didn't get to. So at the end of these questions, let's talk about that.
Yeah, I agree with that question, that answer.
Corey, what do you expect? What figure do you expect to be on the most teams for Man Bat Cup?
Modern. Let's see. We got the nulls for sure.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think people still love the Sinister Syndicates, so we got the spots. What else is hot?
I don't think
Chase.
it should be, but I don't think it will be, is Rogue Prime.
Yeah, same. Garnak, Carnage backwards.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he's gonna pop up.
Yeah.
Um,
I think one thing for the Pacific Northwest more broadly is tent poles are big. So I agree with you towards like Null and Phoenix Force Thor. I think we'll both see a few of.
yeah, no things for store. Maybe a Carnage, got a symbiotes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think those are a good bet.
Yeah. What figure do I expect to be on the winning team at Man Bat Cup? This sounds like Zach is just trying to get me to name what my team is. So I'm gonna say my answer is Lernaean Hydra.
It's a good bet.
So good in 300 modern.
The stupid speedsters with everybody running Black Flash. I feel like it's a good thing.
That does seem like a possibility.
Yeah.
We will definitely see a speedster theme team.
What figure do you least want to sit across from at Man Bat Cup?
Agent Anti-Venom.
Oh shit! Got scarred, huh?
I'm over it. It's just that I've found that I rely a lot on rollouts, so Agent Anti-Venom just takes away all of my good shit.
Well, he can't save himself, so there you go.
Yeah.
Mine is Eternity. People are gonna play that stupid team-up card.
I don't think we're going to see anybody in the Pacific Northwest play a Gatling gun.
We'll see.
Unless you do.
Zach has a follow-up. How many wins could I get with this team at Man Bat Cup? I just want to say Man Bat Cup again. His team is 100-point Baby Groot, 100-point Baby Groot, a Green Lantern, 30-pointer, 30-pointer, and then 2 Astral Baron Mordos.
1 maybe.
Yeah, probably be your last game though.
Yeah, I would just kill your Baron Mordos right off the bat, and then you'll be very sad about your poisons.
There you go. Silver Builder, Miles Kane. Who will the top 8 at the Man Bat Cup be? Any surprise picks for missing cut? With 1 confirmed player from the Midwest South making it, will he get wrecked? Question mark.
Well, the only team I've heard about this player doing well with has Beetlejuice on it, so it'll be a new opportunity for him to branch out. See how he does. Especially not having the Man Cub with him. As for top 8 at the Man Bat Cup, there's a few that I feel like you can kind of lean towards. that have been mainstays lately, right? We've got Callan, we've got Miles, we've got me, who all three have been like pretty consistently making top 8s. I think because of the change in strength of schedule, Corey gets in. So that's 4.
I would have got in no matter what.
Mm-hmm. I like that confidence. It's good. Who are our other 4 gonna be? You know what? He's on the rise. I'm gonna say Jeremiah. Probably playing Phoenix Force Thor.
I want to say Dustin if he goes.
Okay.
Homeboy Jordan.
Okay. I haven't got a chance to play Jordan in Modern yet, so that'll be an interesting addition.
If he gets
Probably. I mean, we're that puts us at 7. There's probably got to be a Star. There's probably got to be a Star Clicks trooper in the top 8, right?
that, or I want to say APBs that come out of nowhere and just finesse the whole tournament.
Yeah. So there's 8 possible players. There's a few names. I don't know who's judging for the Man Bats versus who's playing.
I think Merritt said he was.
Okay. So I was gonna say I feel like Merritt and Will are always a good shot at a top 8.
There you go.
So there's a few. Here's my surprise. Here's gonna be my surprise poll. And it's solely out of my own pride because I built his team for him. Ed K is gonna make a top 8.
Yes.
That
Bring
team
it.
that team that we built for him is surprisingly nasty.
He needs to get some reps in.
He told me on Messenger today that he's gonna start practicing with it.
He better know all the ins and outs.
I can tell you, I did a practice game with Miles. Miles was rolling like a madman, and I still was in it right until the end.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that covers those. Oh, so the mythical eagle stuff. We can come back to this. Last podcast when we talked about the DQ around collusion at HeroClix for Huntington's, I mentioned that we would probably circle back to some talk about boycotting the RSC. I don't want to speak for other players, but I will speak for myself and say that I, at this point, am not going to be supporting ROC tournaments. I feel like there is enough paper trail of issues, not just with Howard's play in tournaments, but in prize kits not having what they're supposed to have in certain stores, continually getting the short end of the stick to where I just can't in good conscience support it. So I won't speak for everyone, but I will say that I personally am out on ROC tournaments. I will be encouraging all of our regional players to do the same, including, creating alternate tournaments when there are if there are forthcoming ROC states or whatever. I will be encouraging the Oregon and Washington organizers to be creating our own things instead of participating. But for me, I think we're at a point where we need to put our money where our mouth is. And I've seen enough that I will refuse to support ROC events.
That's it.
Anything you want to add on that, Corey?
As for me, I'm just still hoping, waiting. People, the higher ups are going to address it and say something,
Mm-hmm.
other than these little stealth bands that are trying to pull off.
Yeah.
So,
and on that note,
it's where I'm at.
Yeah, I want to address one other thing. which is I know that some other podcasters have been talking about we just need to move on from this. It was cheating and it was acknowledged, and it's just people with pitchforks who want to be angry and why we're tired of talking about cheating. I'm tired of talking about cheating too, which is why I'm talking about cheating. Because just acknowledging that cheating happened and then not following up on it does not stop cheating. We stop cheating by addressing cheating and by making sure that there are strict consequences for cheating. Okay? So this isn't a pitchfork thing. There are rules and we need to hold to the rules, and the community is better for it when we follow the rules and we hold people accountable to follow the rules. And when somebody has repeatedly skirted the rules, there is more responsibility for this. And this isn't listen, I believe in redemption. I am a former pastor. We don't talk about a lot on the show, but I am a former pastor. I believe in redemption. But redemption comes after repentance and after penitence. So it isn't just oh hey, he cheated, we need to forgive him. It's nope, there needs to be consequences, and we need to see that there is actually a changing of actions. And I've yet to see that. So for me, yeah, I too would love to stop talking about cheating. And you know what would make it easy to do that? If we stopped having cheating issues.
Easy.
One simple trick to stop us from talking about cheating. Don't cheat.
Don't cheat, man. Be a fucking cheaters. All
All right, that's enough of that.
Brian's come down from his soapbox. Let's go to Maps Peterson. Mower Maps got a question. He's asked, or I guess he has a statement also. If I don't like the map menu for an event, how do I talk to the chef?
Let's take these questions one at a time, because there's a meal to be made here, Corey.
All right.
The first thing you need to do is you need to find the Whiskets Maitre D. And be like, excuse me, I would like to talk to the chef about this menu, please.
Garcon?
Yeah. Which currently we only have game feedback at heroclix.com or whatever it is. But yeah, I mean, Maps, you've got a show with a microphone. Let it be known what you don't like. That's probably the best way to reach the chef, honestly.
Yeah. Don't be scared, homie.
Yeah. I mean, I noted some of my minor issues with the Maps menu. So, yeah. All right. Now, Corey, you can move on to the second question.
How excited are the Eagles for the Orb of Agamotto terrain? Surprise, it has a point cost.
Gonna be playing the hell out of the Orb of Agamotto. Let's be honest.
Yes.
It is really good. For anybody who is unfamiliar with the Orb of Agamotto, it's 5 points. It's hindering terrain, and it has the following effect. When an adjacent character uses Perplex, Probability Control, or Outwit, they may target a character regardless of range or line of fire if that character is equipped or has the mystical keyword.
So good.
I've been working on a dumb mystery card detective team in Silver Age that just has a bunch of detectives huddling around the Orb of Agamotto.
Stupid.
I love it.
Especially with the new Batman set coming out.
Yeah.
You got some more options. Very cool. Yes, we are excited. 5 points is fine, especially if I lose it.
Yeah. I think it would be absolutely broken at free. So
Yeah. They were like, this is kind of broken. We better give a point value to it. How much can one safely crank their hoggoth?
we've yet to find the limits of hoggoth cranking.
Yes.
So
To infinity.
join us in the experiment, Mr. Peterson. Keep cranking your hoggoth. And as long as there's not dust coming out, I think you're safe.
Yeah, so that's it. Good shit.
Corey, you ready for one last frittata?
Hit it.
This is one to really think about. If Noel was KO'd by the attack, would he be unable to heal the 2 clicks?
My dude. Well, listeners, you made it through another episode.
Until next time, get wrecked, nerds. Abolish ICE.